Hey everyone, thanks very much for joining me for another video in my Pink series. This is a last chapter first thoughts of The Best of All Possible Worlds by Dr. Karen Lord. Enjoy. Hey everyone, so in my last chapter first thoughts videos, what I will do is just read the last chapter of the book and tell you what my first thoughts were. So I have read up, it's pretty it's pretty clear. There's not a lot of mystery to this, okay? Not a lot of mystery. I have read up to page 300 of The Best of All Possible Worlds. And the book ends at page, I think it's like 306. So I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna read the last chapter and I'm gonna tell you my first thoughts and then I'm gonna go. That's what we're doing. It's very, very quick, very sweet. Okay. Focus. So I'm done, and my first thoughts are that I am so glad that I've read this book multiple times. This is, I think I've said this already, this is at least the third time I've read this book, and I feel like I could read this book 100 times and get something new each time. It was so beautifully written. There were so many stories within this story. And if I'd only read this book with no intention of reading any of the others, it would be satisfying and complete for me in and of itself, because many of the questions got answered, but so many questions remain. And now that I've finished it, yay me for finishing, now that I've finished it, I actually want to read it again. I want to go right back into it, find all the things that I missed, explore it again. So I'm so grateful for having read this. My first thoughts are that The Best of All Possible Worlds, if you are a lover of slow burn romance, then even if you're a lover of romance, even though I wouldn't call this a romance title, I think that the human dynamics, the relationships, the various kinds of love that are depicted in this story are so numerous and so satisfying. And because we are dealing with a lot of different kinds of humans, like a lot of different humanoids, their ways of interacting with each other are so different that the romance lover, the person who loves nuanced romance, complicated romance, not just like spice and good feelings and flirtatious and happy endings, not just that, but if you're actually interested in like human dynamics and the complexities of attraction, desire, all of the feelings along that spectrum, this is very, very, very satisfying to read. If you're somebody who enjoys stories about communities that have to rebuild after disaster, and you are interested in the sociological aspects of speculative fiction, you'll love this. If you are somebody who enjoys stories about warring nations trying to figure out how to resolve conflict, you'll love this. If you're interested in stories that involve magical beings who interact with humans, you're gonna love this, right? Like if you like the liminal, like me, you're gonna love this. There's so many reasons to love this. Like if you like road trips and adventure, this is like a big old road trip, right? If you like science, like, oh my gosh, if you're like Angela in Literature Science Alliance. Oh my gosh, like I can see why her eyes bug out of her head when she talks about Dr. Karen Lord. So it was just such a wonderful read, and I'm glad that I read it, and I'm really excited because I am now going to start the Galaxy game, which is the next book in the series. It's the only book I haven't read. I tried it and I didn't know what the hell I was reading, so I put it down, I paused, and I feel like I'm a different woman now, and I'm old enough now to read it and fully understand what's going on, so I'll keep you posted. So those are my first thoughts after reading the last chapter of The Best of All Possible Worlds. Read with purpose. See you in the comments. Bye!